morning, Unity in the Lord. Make a little noise for the incredible music. Isn't it nice to come in here and have the energy of this band every single Sunday? We are so lucky. We are so blessed. Right now, we're lucky and blessed that we're in the second Sunday of Advent. It's the candle of peace that we're going to kindle today. Last week, we began our journey through the holiday by having hope, kindling the candle of faith, knowing that every dream and every vision was first realized in mind, held in our heart, in the sanctuary of our spirit before it ever manifested on earth. And this second Sunday, it manifests as peace. A peace before it has manifested on earth, but knowing that in the mind of the one, in the mind of God, in the mind of light and love, that all is well. Yes? Despite appearances, all is well. And so I'm going to ask Patsy, as I light the second candle, to read our poem.
Peace, the quiet beneath all things. There is a peace that lives beneath the noise, a still river flowing under every storm. It moves quietly, yet it moves the mountains. This peace does not come and go. It is eternal presence, infinite and whole. It is the breath between heartbeats, the pause before we speak, the soft place inside where we remember that all is held in love. Peace does not demand that life be calm. It simply reminds us that we are. It meets us in the tension, wraps itself around our weariness, and sings to us of home. When we light this candle, we awaken that ancient calm within. We feel the quiet blessing of spirit moving through every cell, every moment, every breath. Let this peace radiate outward into our families, our streets, our world.
And let this energy radiate into our opening prayer. I'm going to invite Danielle to come forward to anchor these divine ideas in this moment and in our heart.
Thank you. Let's take a moment together to take a deep breath and close our eyes as a collective, recognizing that in this loving community, that there is safety among each other. That divine light that shines within each and every one of us when we come together shines even brighter. And so today, as we feel the strength in the safety in this space and among our friends and our loved ones, let that divine light that is within each and every one of us shine so brightly that others can feel safety in your smile, that others can feel safety in your embrace and feel it with your very energy that you bring into this space and out of this space. And with that, and a lot of love, and a lot of peace that we carry with us even when the world is not peaceful, together as a community, we say amen.
Thank you, Danielle. You know, you're not supposed to have favorite carols. I think my favorite carol is the one that I happen to be singing at the moment. But right now, this one comes as close as any. I'm just singing Gloria, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Up on your feet if you are so inclined, and join me in singing Angels We Have Heard on High. I invite you to raise your voice as you raise the Spirit, to raise your voice as you raise the love in the room, and proclaim that light is here now. Here we go. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. say Gloria in Excelsis Deo to those around you. Got a handshake or a hug. And we extend that light and that love to each and every one of you online. Thanks so much for being part of our holiday experience. We hope to see you some point during the holiday, but we're glad that you're with us energetically right now as you're watching, either today or later in the week. Thanks so much. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. Okay, folks, let's come on back and let's do that first for one more time together. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing there. All right, all the men. In excelsis Deo. Beautiful, everyone. In excelsis Deo. Give yourselves a round of applause. You sound amazing this morning.
I was truly impressed. That was gorgeous. You're very welcome.
Choir practice will be tonight.
Right, exactly. All of you. Okay. And to our sweet, sweet angels, our prayer chaplains, thank you so much for holding us in this space, for holding us online, for seeing us at our brightest and best. We are so thankful. And remember that prayer chaplains are available before and after service for prayer and for celebration. So we have lots going on. We have lots going on in this service. It's a really exciting service and lots going on just around Unity North. So as you're taking out your phones to get a picture of this beautiful red and white slide, we're very festive in this place. There are lots of things going on, so I'm going to highlight some. So our Men of Unity open house. Men of Unity open house. So if you're interested, that is December 13th at 8 a.m. downstairs in Holy Grounds. Our giving tree, how we put the U in community, is downstairs in Holy Grounds again. It's a happening place. There are ornaments on the tree with a gift on the back. So if you take an ornament off of the tree, you know exactly what to bring back. So you're going to bring back your unwrapped gift and put it under the tree by December 14th. Okay, that's our giving tree. And then our beautiful Christmas Eve candlelight service is on December 24th at 6 p.m. So make sure your calendars are marked for that 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve. And so you know that these magical things don't happen with elves, they happen with volunteers. So if you are interested in volunteering and helping out with the plethora of joy that we spread in the community, please see Linda Martin. So our welcome team is coming forward right now with welcome packets in their hands and a smile on their faces. And they are here to welcome anyone who's here for the very first time. So remember, there is a Let's Connect card on paper clipped onto that packet. It's not stapled because we actually want you to take it off. And we want you to bring that back to us or scan the QR code so we can get connected with you. So, is anyone here for the very first time this Sunday? Would you raise your hand nice and high in the air? Thank you so much. Come on, let's show some love. Let's show some December love. We will get a packet to you, and we hope that you will join us downstairs for if it's your first time today or you're new-ish to the community and you want to know more. We have a welcome table specially marked just for you, and our welcome team will be there with a smile and information about this busy and happening place.
A very special announcement happening. I'm going to invite some of the Uniteens to come forward. They've had a fundraiser, and I just love the consciousness behind this fundraiser because it's been sharing the wealth. It's been sharing the good on a very wide circle. And who's going to speak on behalf of Uniteens? Henry, is it you? All right, the mic is all yours. Come on up.
Hi, I'm Henry. I represent the Uniteens, our middle school class here at Unity.
Hold it real close. Turn him up just a little bit.
Okay. In November, we held a fundraising campaign selling mugs that said, "I am blessed and I am grateful." Our goal was $1,000 to be divided in 3 portions, 1/3 to UNA, 1/3 to Uniteens, and 1/3 to a charity of our choice. We decided to split the charity money between 2 organizations, Family Promise, which uses our classroom every time they come here, and Chattahoochee Nature Center Raptor Rescue. In just 3 weeks, your participation and generosity helped us exceed our goal, and we raised $1,326. Thank you. Who has the check? Here's our gift for $442 to UNA. We feel grateful and blessed for the opportunities we have to learn and grow and share and love. We all belong to each other.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you. This is our middle school kids. I love the consciousness being raised there. And Dylan, you don't give that check to me. It doesn't come into my hands, but there's somebody right in the back that would love to receive that check. Appreciate you guys very much. Thanks so much for coming. And thanks so much for the consciousness behind what this represents. And there's enough good to go around, yes? There's enough good here. There's enough good to go out of this place. There's enough good for the world. Let's know that together as we enter a time of meditation. Take a deep breath with me. I'm going to invite Reverend Avery. No, is it not meditation? Not yet? Oh, lay leaders. I got to get some glasses. Anybody would like to donate a pair of glasses to the minister to read the notes? I'm going to pull these notes up here right now. I'm going to invite the lay leader team for 2026 to actually come up and line up right here in front. Right up in front. I made them all sit in front, and they were like, oh, don't make us sit there. Today, we honor a very, very sacred commitment. One that's made not only with the mind, but with the heart, with the spirit. Before us stand individuals who have devoted countless hours to learning, to growing, and to deepening their spiritual walk. Their dedication has not only prepared them for leadership in this community, it has elevated the consciousness of this community in the most tremendous and beautiful ways. You each have listened to the call of Spirit within you. And through your study, through your conversations, your reflections, your attendance, and your practices, you have strengthened your awareness of the Christ light that we celebrate at this time of year. The Christ light that lives at the center of all creation, at the center of this community, and at the center of you. We acknowledge the time, the energy, the love that you have invested in this community and in yourselves, in becoming vessels of wisdom, vessels of compassion, vessels of vision and clarity. You have already stepped into service already as a thought leader, as a leader of thought, and the evidence of this work is everywhere in our community. I know that this congregation will be blessed for all that you bring to this community in the year ahead. I offer you a small poem as a symbol of the work that's been done. You stand here today not only because you were chosen, but because something within you chose itself. A quiet stirring, a gentle nudge, a whisper from your soul saying, there is more of me to give. You have offered your time not as a sacrifice, but as a beautiful seed, trusting that something beautiful would rise from it for yourself and for your spiritual home. And now, here you are. I was going to say a circle of hearts, a line of hearts. A line of hearts awakened and open and ready to lift this community to its highest and best by the simple courage of just showing up as your magnificent self. I don't take that lightly. The hours that you have put in, the study that you have put in, the vulnerability that you have been asked, I do not take that lightly. Leadership is not a role. Leadership is a vibration. And you have chosen to raise your vibration for the good of the whole. May you remember in every meeting, in every act of service, in every moment that you do not lead alone. As the Unitine said, we belong to each other. This group belongs to each other. This group belongs to you. Spirit walks with you in the spaces between your breath, in the wisdom that lights your thoughts, in the love that gathers us all in one beautiful and great unfolding. May this year of service be a blessing to you as it is a blessing for Unity North. A year of deepening, a year of rising, of remembering that when one heart lifts, we all rise. And so I have a question for all of you. I have several of them. Do you, as the inaugural lay leader team of Unity North 2026, commit to serving with integrity, open-heartedness, and joy? Way to go, Jeff. Yeah. Do you commit to holding a high vision for unity and for all who walk through the doors of this spiritual center? And do you commit to being a presence that uplifts and guides and inspires as we co-create a community awakened to its own divine potential? And so it is my honor then, in the spirit of oneness, in the spirit of love, at which I greet each and every heart before me, that I joyfully install you as the lay leader team for Unity North of 2026. May the light that you carry be a beacon of possibility. May your love and your wisdom and your love and compassion for others shine as brightly as the sun. And may your service expand the field of good that surrounds this beautiful church home. Congregation, I'm going to invite you to receive them as you stand. Put all the gratitude you have. We have a slide. I'm going to invite the congregation to say this to you and with you and for you. I invite you to simply receive these words as acknowledgement of the incredible work that you have done. Together we say, we surround you with our gratitude. We support you with our love. We affirm your success, your joy, and your spiritual growth. And we give thanks that Spirit goes before you in every task. As together, we create the best Unity North possible. Unity North family, will you please make a lot of noise for those who have said, I want to be a leader in this community. Let me say without reservation, there's been an entire year of study that these people have put in. Pretty much every Monday night throughout the year, they've been together. And the consciousness represented by each of these individuals is at a very, very high level. Look out 2026, because with this kind of consciousness behind what we're doing, nothing can stop us from shining. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And classes are begin again for those who would like to join this dynamic team. They're going to begin in January, the last Monday in January. A whole new year of study is going to emerge. They would love to welcome you into their ranks. But right now, let's join the ranks of this beautiful lady here, and let's go into meditation. And let's take the word peace, peace for the earth and for the universe, into our hearts as we sing. Peace, 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 peace on earth. Peace, peace, peace for all the universe as one. Peace, peace, more time, as a blanket of light we send around the globe. Peace. Peace, peace, for all the universe.
I invite you at this time, if you've not already done so, to close your outer eyes. Adjust your body. Get comfortable. I invite you to have your feet grounded on the floor, connecting with the energy of the earth, and feeling that awareness radiate upward to the crown of the head so the whole body rests, supported in the chair. Peace in the body. Then allowing the body this gift of being in stillness, I invite you to bring your attention inward, usher it inward through the breath. Breathing out, we release. Breathing in, we fill, we replenish. Breathing out, we let go. Breathing in, we renew. On the exhalation, I invite you to let go of anger. And on the inhalation, to fill up with joy. On the out breath, we let go of rumination, of trudging through the past. And on the in-breath, we feel the connection of this room. Every breath is an exchange, a prayer. As we breathe out, the breath says, hum, I am. As we breathe in, the breath says, so that. Hum, so, hum, so. Listen to the song. It's right there, as close as your breath. Anchoring in this awareness of the I am inside as you, bring your awareness into the space of your heart, where the fire of the soul is dwelling. Breathe, hum, so, hum, so. Listen to the song right at the center of the chest, the fire kindling within you, the fire of the spirit, of the Christ consciousness, of the Atman. For the next few moments of silence, I invite you just to stay in that space. Anything other than the breath, let it go. The silence, it is one and the same as the center of consciousness. Observe the relative quietness of the mind in this now moment. Notice the smoothness of the breath. Feel the stillness, the peace of the body. Bring back the silence as you gently open your eyes.
I don't want to be afraid every time I face that wave. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to fear the storm just because I hear it roar. I don't want to fear the storm. I don't want to fear the storm. Peace, peace, still, say the word, and I will set my feet upon the sea, till I dance in the deep. Peace, peace, still, you are here, so all is well, even when my eyes can't see, I will trust the voice in me. I'm not gonna be afraid, 'cause the waves are only waves. I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm not gonna fear the storm. You are greater than its roar. I'm not gonna fear the storm. I'm not gonna fear the storm. Peace, peace, still. Say that word and I will set my feet upon the sea, till I dance in the deep. Peace, peace, still. You are here, so is well, even when my eyes can't see. I will trust the voice that speaks. Peace, peace over me. Over me. Let's face, rise up. Our heart believe. Let's face, rise up in me. Let's face, rise up. Our heart believe. Let's face, rise up in me. Let's face, rise up. Our heart believe. Let's face, rise up in me. Let's face, rise up. Our heart believe. Let's face, rise up. peace, Shanti, Shalom, Salam.
Sonia Sio. You know, sometimes we have singers and they're wonderful and great, and sometimes we have really great singers who absolutely live everything, every word, every idea, every principle. She lives it. She lives it. And you ain't heard nothing yet. Wait till you hear the next song she's got. So some true confessions, I have to admit, you know, I have to give these talk titles way, way, way in advance. And I thought about the second Sunday of Advent, peace. What did I want to say? And I found a poem that has absolutely transformed my view of the world and helped me change the view of how I walk through this world. And so the old song, I thought campfire song, put another log on the fire. You know it? I hope you don't know all the lyrics. But I thought it was just a fun little sitting around the campfire song, so I made it the title of the talk today, Put Another Log on the Fire. And as I prepared to get ready for today, I thought I might want to just check out the lyrics to that song. It is basically a male chauvinist anthem. And every male pig that ever walked the face of the planet that subjugated women, that's what that song is. So in all fairness, I thought it might want to be a little bit fair here. I want to ask you a question. What would have been different had the three wise men been three wiser women? Any idea? Well, I can tell you for certain that they would have arrived on time because they would have had the guts to stop and ask for directions. And they certainly would have cleaned the stable right before they helped to deliver the baby. And they might have brought a casserole, and they certainly, as the cartoon says, would have brought much more practical gifts, yes? So I'm going to channel the divine feminine today. It's going to have a very masculine delivery, but it is the divine feminine. It is the strength that Sonia puts into her singing and into her truth and her living. But I want the divine feminine to be given this today. Props. I want to call it out from me. I want to call it out from this community. And it may be a little disguised, but the feminine and masculine will be in partnership because that's what's absolutely needed on the second Sunday of Advent. So let me try to explain to you why I chose that as the title. It was not because I'm a male chauvinist. This is a poem by James Kinney that I remember the first time I heard it, and I believe it was one of the catalysts for me getting into ministry. 6 humans were trapped by happenstance in bleak and bitter cold. Each one possessed a stick of wood, or so the stories told. Their dying fire in need of logs, the first man held his back. For of the faces around the fire, he noticed one was black. The next man, looking across the way, saw one not of his church, and he could not bring himself to give the fire his stick of birch. The third one sat in tattered clothes, and he gave his coat a hitch. Why should his log be used to warm the idle rich? The rich man, he just sat back and thought of the wealth that he had in store and how to keep what he had earned from the lazy, shiftless poor. The black man's face bespoke revenge as the fire passed from his sight. For all he saw in his stick of wood was a chance to spite the white. The last man of this forlorn group did not accept for gain, giving only to those who give. That's how he played the game. Their logs held tight in death's still hands. The proof of human sin. They didn't die from the cold without. They died from the cold within. On this second Sunday of Advent, we celebrate the divine idea of peace. And it feels so good to come together and to have unity here in this room. But the peace that we have kindled today is an energy much more profound than a simple sentiment of peace. It invites us into a much deeper spiritual inquiry. A question that says, what is my role in the manifestation of peace? What is my responsibility in the manifestation of peace? You see, peace is not a passive state that just simply drifts to us because we're good people, because we have really good intentions. Peace doesn't just drift to us. Peace on earth is not just something that happens because we're nice to each other in this room. It's an active, it is an emergent phenomena arising from individuals who, one decision at a time, one choice at a time, one action at a time, contribute to the well-being of the whole. It's offering a log of peace to the one you previously deemed as unworthy. It's offering the log of peace to the one that you just a moment ago deemed and judged as undeserving. It's wanting peace as much for you as I want it for myself. It's wanting peace as much for them as I want it for us. And in doing so, realize that there is no you and me, there is no us and them, there is only one essence and presence on the earth, and perhaps we have forgotten as we hold our logs close. Peace ultimately dies not because of environmental cold. It dies because of the frost of inner spiritual contraction, othering, otherness. Humanity is never diminished from external threat, but our annihilation will be from internal withdrawal. Let's say this together. Humanity is not diminished from external threat, but from internal withdrawal. For us, basically, what does that mean? It means that we're saying when we do this thing and hold that log tight, that my resentments are more important than what we teach from this platform every single Sunday of the year. It's saying that my hurt and my wound and my pain and my resentment of you is more important than oneness. And if that's the case, then guess what? We're a house built on sand, folks. We might as well go home now. So my question today, I ask of myself, as I am aware, we just finished Thanksgiving and all the logs that we have, all the blessings that we have, all the good that we have. Where am I withholding that good? Where am I withholding my log? Where am I contributing inadvertently, unconsciously to the cold? What needs healing within me so that peace on earth is not just a pretty Sunday idea, but it's a reality? Or perhaps, maybe at the very least, a possibility that's still alive and still burning. Traditionally, peace is framed as the absence of conflict, yes? That's how we usually define it. But it's something way more dynamic than that. It's an active principle, a conscious and intentional movement towards wholeness. A stepping into peace as opposed to stepping back from conflict. You know, I used to think that that was the way to do it. There's conflict, and I would run and I would hide and I wasn't participating. That's the chicken's way out. It is not about stepping back from violence. It is about stepping in as an adversary or as an advocate of peace. An active principle of stepping into peace as opposed to stepping back from darkness. Jesus says in the Gospel of Matthew, which is my favorite of the Gospels, let's say it together, "Blessed are the peacemakers." Let us notice the verb. Let us notice the verb in there. Make. Make. Blessed are the peacemakers. Jesus is pointing us to a creative process, not a passive state. To To make peace requires intention. To make peace requires action, emotional effort and honesty, and spiritual courage. Yes? It requires adding our log to the collective fire, even when the part of us that's shaped by ego says, don't go first. Don't go first. It's dangerous. Don't put the log on first. You might get hurt. A peacemaker is an activist, not a passive recipient. Peace is not just a culture of stillness. It is an ethical environment of engagement. What does that mean? What does it mean? Let's put it in layman's terms, as I like to do. It means be the first person to do the right thing. Be the first person to do the kind thing. Be the first person to do the loving thing, and quit waiting around for somebody else to put their log on the fire before you do it. Each of the characters in this poem holds a log, but they hold a lot more than a log. They hold an ingrained justification for withholding it. An ingrained, enmeshed justification for not adding my log. The reasons vary. They vary for all of us, but they share one thing in common. Each one is rooted in separation consciousness. Me and you. Us and them. It may have come about because of a very deep wound. We don't pretend that the wound did not happen. But here in this community, we consciously define ourselves not by the wounds, but by oneness. And there's nothing easy about that work. But as I hold you accountable, I invite you to hold me accountable. And we hold each other accountable to oneness and love and compassion and kindness, and offering the warmth of a fire as more powerful than what happened to you. Who you are is more profoundly beautiful than what happened to you. Here we define ourselves by truth, not by wounds. That's not easy work, but it is absolutely imperative to peace on earth. The pretty idea of peace on earth that we sing about, that we pray about. Let's go a little bit deeper in my meddling. I'm going to meddle today, Joel. I hope that's okay. Psychology tells us that resentment is not just an emotion. That's usually what we think of. Resentment is just an emotion. Psychology says it's an identity structure. An identity structure providing a sense of moral superiority, even as it isolates us. Let's read that together. Resentment is not just an emotion. It's an identity structure providing a sense of moral superiority, even as it isolates us. Ouch. Ouch. And until we're willing to look at our ouches, nothing changes. Nothing heals. We wear our grievances, don't we? We have the evidence. We are lawyers for the long list of grievances about you, and we wear them like badges around. The badge of justified resentment. The badge of intellectual pride. The badge of inherited justice. Inherited prejudice. The badge of fear-based self-protection that says, you owe me. Breathe. That's a badge I hear a lot of. Fear-based self-protection that says, you owe me. Nobody owes you anything. And if you're going around 40, 50 years saying, you owe me an apology, and I won't love until you do, guess who needs to shift the consciousness? If you're walking around saying, you owe me something, and I'm not going to be that divine Christ light that I have been designed to be until I get it from you, guess who needs to move? When we say that you owe me, what happens is once again peace dies. The fire goes dim with our unwillingness to be the first one to stop the separation. And not only does peace die, so does evolution. And so does any hope of the unity that we love here, that we feel here. Teilhard de Chardin writes this. Let's read it together. We are continually tempted to hold ourselves apart, but evolution, spiritual evolution, moves toward union. Peace is an active stepping in to create peace, even when it hurts. It is an active stepping into peace, even when it is uncomfortable. It is not simply stepping back and going, I won't participate. Because what usually happens, I don't know about you, but I've seen it in the government. I'm going to be honest here. I step back. I'm not going to participate in those people that are so awful. Those people whose behaviors are so terrible. I'm living in judgment under the illusion of my arrogance that I'm not part of it. If you're not part of it and just ignoring it and putting judgment into the field, you are absolutely the center of it. You are the core of it. I'm holding my log black because they didn't behave in the way I thought they should have behaved. Our refusal to participate in the shared warmth of oneness becomes the very thing that extinguishes it. The very thing that extinguishes us. So, a little story. We've heard it before, but it bears repeating today. 2 monks had taken a vow never to touch a woman. They had devoted their life to chastity. They were not going to touch a woman. And an older monk and a younger monk were out walking one day on a long hike, and they came to a river. And the bridge was out, and there was a woman there saying, the bridge has just flooded out, and I can't get across. I need to get home. And the older monk said, please, get on my back, and I will help you across the river. And they went across the river, delivered her to her home, and then went about their hike in silence. Until about an hour later, the younger monk looked at the older monk and said, how could you do that? You broke your vow. You carried her across that river. How could you do that? The older monk looked at his friend and said, I put her down an hour ago. You're still carrying her. His resentment reveals something that I think we need to look at today as a human race, as spiritual seekers, as participants in the earthly journey. We often carry the mental version of a moment far longer than the moment itself. I was carrying many wounds that were 30, 40 years old. And I realized that when I finally had the guts and the courage and the strength and the grounding enough to put my log into the fire, everything began to change around me, and everything began to change within me. The cold within is the residue of unexamined thought patterns. We meddle. We're going to meddle. We're going to dig into the psyche, into the heart and the spirit, and we're going to dig. And that's holy work. It's necessary work. It is important work. Richard Rohr knew this. Let's go ahead and put the next quote up there. Together, the pain we do not transform, we will transmit. We're transmitting a heck of a lot of pain, and I don't want to be part of the diminished fire. I want to be a part of the light, like a phoenix going into the fire and being reborn. You know, we humans and our human egos tend to construct identity through exclusion. Have you noticed that? We begin to define ourselves by the exclusion of people. Psychologists have noted that group identity nearly always includes a corresponding other, a corresponding outgroup. Thus, to cling to a grievance is to cling to my self-image. It's a souvenir of hell. Sometimes it's a souvenir of hell. I don't know who I am without my story. I can't put it into the fire and release it because I don't know who I am without it. I don't know who I am with a pain, and there's a whole planet full of victims walking through saying, I've been victimized. Well, guess what? You, by not contributing the essence of the beauty and the power and the magnificence of how God chose to do business as you, is a part of the extinguishment of the human race. The fire is dying because you're so justified in holding on to your victimhood, in holding on to your pain. The refusal to contribute is often justified morally. I am morally right. Each person believes their withholding is righteous. It is righteous. This mirrors the theological danger that a gentleman named Reinhold Niebuhr warned of. And this is really important, and it does meddle, and it needs to be said. Let's read it together. Human beings are never more dangerous than when convinced of their own purity. A little bit of Jesus. Forgive us our debtors as we forgive those or as we forgive, put it, Richard, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. I'm so worried about the log or the splinter in your eye that I've got a log hanging out of my eye, and it's asking to be examined, to be looked at, and offered to the fire so that there could be a greater warmth on the planet for those who have forgotten the warmth. Adding your log is not moral heroism, plain and simple. It is plain and simple spiritual maturity. How mature are we in this community? I'm going to invite you into a visualization, but I want you to take that poem in the intent, I believe, of the author and the intent of why it was important to say on this day of peace. The extinguishing in that fire in Kinney's poem is not a tragedy. It's an indictment. Folks, we got to start paying better attention. We're following the herd. We are lemmings going over the hill of what seems to be the common thought and the common idea. Hold on to mine because you don't deserve it. You owe me. You go first. That's middle school mentality. Actually, it's not middle school mentality because they're way more mature than we are sometimes. Close your eyes. I want you to, a little music would be great. I want you to imagine those 6 figures around the fire. And then I want you to see a 7th figure coming in, entering the scene. And that 7th figure is you. Take a seat around the fire at the circle. You sit down as the change agent. You reimagine the parable. Advent places you into the narrative, into the circle as the Christ in action. See yourself watching and seeing the coldness forming, the rigidity rising, the fire dimming. And see yourself standing up with your stick of wood and saying, here is my log. Here is my contribution. Here is my gift. One by one by one, the scene changes. The poem changes. This is what the lay leader team has been charged to do at Unity North. They're going to do tasks. They're going to do jobs. But this is the task of each of you as a member of this community, to re-envision the circles, to take your log and put it on the fire, whether you think anybody deserves it or not. We belong to each other. And one by one thought, one action, we demonstrate a new paradigm. Take a moment to sit in the stillness and the silence, and I've invited my good friend Asterius Miraculi to read one of his poems and to bless us with the vibration of peace. Sit in the silence.
Grand Rising. It is an honor to share this moment with you and share a poem that God was kind enough to write through me. I call it One Being. And I love you so much. And isn't it wonderful that the journey of your being is infinite miles through eternity? There's only one life in which we all share, and only one love through which we all care. Only one being in all that we're seeing, a slumbering giant, is what we are freeing. When one is at peace, what a mighty release, a breath unto life, that all may increase. Anyone's joy is everyone's right. The wise one's wisdom is the blind one's sight. Yes, there is only me in all that I see. The joining of life is what makes me free. And those who achieve and abundance receive is that part of me in whom I believe. When I am a winner, I honor all life. When I am a loser, all life shares my strife. Before life on this earth and my physical birth, I danced with the angels and knew my true worth. Yet all that I was, I really still am. The God out of heaven, an innocent lamb. If I want to know who I truly be, seek all that there is, and I will find me. So I'm going to now give you the resonance of quantum sonic waves to seal the frequency of what has been presented through my didgeridoo. And also just know that every word that you just heard emanated from your consciousness. The all-inclusiveness of it is from the origin of your consciousness, you as the projector onto the screen of your life. And here I am on the screen of your life, starring in your movie, sharing with you that which exists in the central core of your consciousness. So receive this sealing with the didgeridoo. Thank you so much. I appreciate love you, and may you appreciate love you as well, and everyone. And isn't it wonderful that the peace of your being is the resonance of peace in the whole universe? Yeah. God bless you. God keep you. God quicken you into ascension. I love you so much.
Thank you, brother. So the challenge, I want you to remember that silly little joke I told at the beginning. You're going to find yourself in a circle of 6 or 60 or 600 people this week. I want you to go into that consciousness, no matter how many there may be, and I want you to ask for directions. I want you to ask for directions. What is mine to give? What is mine to receive? And for God's sake, clean this table of your consciousness. Clean out that which is in the way of you giving your stick of wood. Asking for directions, cleaning. Give birth to the child. Be a midwife, not only for yourself, but for everybody within that circle. And that is what the candle of peace is all about. Bring your reports back next week as we celebrate the good that we're creating together. I'm going to invite, go ahead and clap, I'll take it. So we are surrounded by powerful women. You've got another song coming, but this lady right here is a member. It's Sylvia, and she is a member of our board of directors, and she wants to report some good news.
That's right. On behalf of the board and the prosperity team, I wanted to give you some information about our holiday match, but I'm not sure, I just want to take a minute, I'm not sure everybody understands the mechanics of it. So we've actually, and I like the metaphor, being an English teacher, I like the metaphor of the log. So we've had a handful of donors who have said, I'm going to donate my log first to our holiday match. And it was a generous log. And they did it quietly behind the scenes. And the culmination of those donors who said, put my log on the fire, has established our holiday match. And those donors and their logs and the fire that they have created is a $45,000 holiday match. It is a wow. And that heat grows. And in 1 week, we've had other members say, here's my log. Here's my log. Add it to the fire. Because the fire doesn't just burn in this community, in our church, but it burns outside of our community. And with the angel match that we've had, the original ones, and a week's worth of other donors, our $45,000 match has grown $8,000 more, and we now have to date $53,000.65. And I think that's what that says up there, yes. So I just want to take this opportunity to give you all the same consciousness that Richard provided with the log, metaphorically speaking, that we all hold. And when we give it away, it expands. It's energy. And our holiday match is that opportunity. In the seat pocket, you have an envelope. You may designate with this envelope that your match is indicated to go towards that. And just as a reminder, this is not instead of your consistent giving. So I'm honored to have this chance to share this with you, but I do think, Danielle, I forgot something I was supposed to say. I'm ready now. So I think if you will join me in sharing our mission statement, and I think there's a slide. So if we can all together hold our mission statement in our heart and put our voices together and say this in unison.
We are a loving community of spiritual seekers who celebrate diversity, acceptance, and oneness.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvie. So yes, we are in that spirit of giving the holiday match, and our offering are separate, but both are beneficial to our community and all of the good that we do. So many different ways to give. We can scan the QR code, go online, go in the app. There are baskets in the back if you'd like to give in that way, and the ushers will be there with a smile ready to receive your gift. So let us say our offering blessing together in advance. We are so blessed. We are so prosperous, and it is our great pleasure to share of our blessings and to share of our prosperity. And in the giving, the entire world is blessed. Thank you, God. Let's sing our offering song together.
We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have.
We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed. We are blessed to have Sonia back with us singing one more song. And as Richard said, it is truly amazing. I don't know if you'll be able to stay in your seats for this one. Please welcome again, Sonia Osio.
You can share.
This song is very, very important for the Spanish community, and it's a hymn. And I very thankful, Padre, for letting me sing in my language. And there are the translations of the lyric. Solo le pido a Dios que el dolor no me sea indiferente, que la reseca muerte no me encuentre vacía y sola sin haber hecho lo suficiente. Solo le pido a Dios que lo injusto no me sea indiferente, que no me abofetee la otra mejilla después que una garra me arañó esta suerte. Solo le pido a Dios que la guerra no me sea indiferente. Es un monstruo grande y pisa fuerte toda la pobre inocencia de la gente. Gracias, gracias, gracias.
Beautiful, 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 Bella. All right, it's your turn to match the passion for peace on earth. Up on your feet. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Yes? Let it begin with me. Join hands, hearts, voices, spirits, and intentions as we raise our voice once again. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with you. Thanks so much for being here today. It's official. Hug a lay leader. Thank the lay leaders for stepping up, and give a hug and a hand five to somebody who's leading this community on the way out. We'll see you next Sunday.